HelloFresh delivers fresh, quality produce from the farm to your door in less than a week, so you can savor summer flavors all season long. Get 16 free meals plus 3 gifts with code TBTB16.
TBTB16
at HelloFresh.com/TBTB16.
TBTB16.
What's up, everybody? And welcome back to That Chick Angel TV. It's me, Angel, and welcome to another installment of The Bold and the Beautiful.
I was trying to catch it.
Thank you, because you're a real friend. We are joined by none other than Melissa Fredericks, also known as Mercedes, also known as Cinnamon. And we're also joined by Tank, my husband, Marcus Tanksley. What were you about to say?
When you said, what's up, I was like, what's happening, family?
Oh, back to another episode of Is This Gonna Cause an Argument?
Yeah.
We be struggling with what intro we're doing.
Oh, I started. You should have heard the Let Us Tell It intro. I told Greg to leave it in there. He edited it out. I'm like, you should have left that.
You just all over the place.
Oh, I was everywhere.
We are missing our fourth comrade.
Yeah, this is the best friends right here. And we're the best friends plus Kevin.
Kevin is out here making moves and whatnot, so we support him.
I was about to say money. I was like, no.
Yeah, no, I already knew.
No.
Listen, as much as he complained about it, I was like, well, yeah, if it's scale and it's a streaming service and not network, and they're not like, yeah. He's like, they don't pay nothing. I was
it's
like,
about he's getting paid in exposure. He's
Yeah.
getting paid in hello, I met this person.
Yeah.
it's so funny.
I just take a bunch of selfies.
Basically.
I be getting so shocked because he's been out here for so long. Not that he doesn't know like what the rates are. I think I got it now. For stuff, and he's like, "No, Angel, because I've never worked
anything."
Yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, well, I could have told you, sir. Yeah, that's why everybody wants to get to see his work a little.
That's why everybody want to work for Kev on stage in the comparison to what we be paying.
Oh yeah,
Child.
well, I mean, other than all the, hoops and
I didn't know
things
they
you had to jump through.
Belgian waffles like that. That's what I would have got.
I was like,
Why didn't you? Oh, you didn't look
I
at
got
the
dried
menu.
ass pancakes. Hopefully they good.
It's called And Waffles. The place is called
I
And
didn't
Waffles.
pay attention to the name.
Well, that's what
Hold on,
happens.
I just
I'm just
happened
gonna
to
have
look
in
down.
one earring.
Listen, y'all.
I think they did it on
This,
purpose.
yeah, they did this. They've been doing this gas tank thing. What's it called? The gas pump thing. I want y'all
'cause
to
the tank.
maliciously attack anybody. that puts
No,
that in
they
there
are
for me.
not.
I hate it.
You are being picky about an emoji.
Yeah, I am. You
Ridiculous.
picky?
Being picky. This earring hates me.
It
so I'm
doesn't
going
wanna
to
look
set
good, right?
it down
That's what I
because it
do.
don't want me to have a good time. Okay, so we're gonna answer some more questions.
Let me answer up. I need like 6.
Marcus is just on one today.
This is a mukbang, ain't it?
It is, but
Right
that is not you ever doing a mukbang. That's what everybody says. Marcus is over eating, not being no part of no
It
conversation
ain't a part of the conversation. Look up mukbang. You're supposed to be eating.
hello?
and talking.
No.
You're supposed to be doing
Them people
both.
is eating.
Well, then-
I bet if the real mukbangers
Don't
watch this, they're going to
mukbang
be like,
mean talk over food.
no, the real one's going to look at it and be like, now see, he's doing it right.
Is that
These
what
other
they gonna
ones
say?
talk too much.
Is that what they gonna say? Well, today you own the talking on just random stuff. Okay, so we're gonna answer questions.
And when I talk, you complain.
Well,
See,
you
can't win.
no, because you're just talking about anything right now, babe.
That's what we be doing.
Last week it was chaos.
It's about to be chaotic again. Where did it go? I had just pulled up the questions. Oh, here we go. Since Marcus, you said it. Marcus said we're the best friends. So I'm going to be asking questions to ask your best friends.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, say it again? Oh, that's the, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm following.
Questions to ask your best friend. All right, I'll have Marcus answer this one first so that you'll have because Melissa be wanting to lead in.
Yeah, I need context.
What embarrassed you the most in or what's been your most embarrassing moment?
What's embarrassed you the most? Okay.
What embarrasses you the most? So like
What
it could be,
embarrasses you the most?
and if you can't think of like a general thing, what is the most embarrassing moment you've had?
Okay, let me think.
Marcus, what is it?
Actually, might shock a lot of people. Something that embarrasses me the most is other people being embarrassed.
Secondhand embarrassment?
I feel awful when other people are embarrassed.
That's empathy. That's very nice.
Like I do. That's why I like when we was what was the first show we went to with y'all? Was that in Kentucky?
What you talking about? What do you mean? What
stand up? The show.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Yeah, like right before all three of y'all went
camera.
up, that first time around, I was not doing. I was like, this is not good. I had to sit there like, just to. I don't know. I just had to get over that. What's going on right here?
Victory needing syrup and
syrups and stuff.
Girl, they know you here. Just walk on through.
You get secondhand embarrassment is the worst for you.
I think so.
I understand that. A secondhand embarrassment be tearing me up. I don't like seeing people look like.
Oh, y'all, we eating breakfast food.
We're eating waffles.
Angel and Liz did it right. They got the Belgian waffles from a waffle place. My dumb ass got pancakes, and I have my favorite smoked salmon omelet. English muffin is gonna be trash if the pancakes are trash, and hash browns. Angel got what is this? Chicken tenders?
Chicken and waffles. They did like a fried chicken breast and waffle.
The waffles are good. They're airy. They're not thick. Sometimes Belgian waffles be dense.
Be the ones that's good. You ain't gonna eat all of them.
No, I'll let you have some, but I needed more syrup. We ain't got enough syrup.
Sure don't.
Oh, here. Let's pour the syrup. Give them to me. I'll pour them off each.
We got some here?
I don't know. Maybe. I'll pour them off each dry.
Why you put it in the fridge? You did it.
We'll look. Sit down. Don't worry about it, Josh. We'll look for it.
Well, you can dip it in there if you want to.
That's what I'll do.
In the fridge?
Oh,
who's in charge of these things?
Who does this? Who's over this? Okay, Melissa, what's yours?
I actually don't embarrass easily.
Really?
Yeah, that's actually that was kind of revelationary to me as well. But I actually don't. I really don't. I feel other things, but I feel like in general, I can laugh at myself. So there's very rarely moments where I'm like truly like, oh my God, I cannot believe. Like I put my foot in my mouth. I be saying ridiculous things. So I generally don't get embarrassed.
Does Kevin embarrass you?
No. I think people think he does, but we've been together so long that I don't get embarrassed. There are times where I'm just like, I wish you didn't say that, but not because I'm embarrassed, just because I'm just like, I don't really want you to say that. I just feel like that's inappropriate, but not out of like sheer embarrassment.
Yeah. I can tell the fact that you keep coming back and sitting next to him during panels, that lets me know she's not embarrassed. No. She's like, I know his fool about to say something. I know. I'm crazy.
Something crazy. It's been a long time. So like, I don't know. I'm quite used to it. So I'm like literally trying to think of something and I cannot recall.
That's great.
A time where I've been like truly, I can't even remember the last time I was actually like just embarrassed.
I get embarrassed if I sing and it doesn't go well. That singing is the only one. Any of my other art forms, dancing, I could have forgotten half of the dance moves and sat up there and did the percolator for 4 8 counts, and we're supposed to be doing ballet. I'd be like, well, that happened.
Thing with that is Angel will hold herself to her standard of singing. So she'll be embarrassed, and everybody else is looking at her. It's like, what are you talking about? It was one that you did recently. Oh, the challenge show. You was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I sound awful.
Oh yeah.
And everybody's like, Angel, you sounded beautiful. Oh, this is great.
I was so hoping that episode wasn't going to air because we had sang songs that we didn't have license to. And I was like, yeah. They'll never see it. Kev was like, oh, no, it's going to go on YouTube. I was like, that's more people. Oh. Yeah. I don't embarrass easy either. But for some reason, that one.
I get that.
Has a chokehold on my life. I would sing more if I didn't have the standard that I have in my head that I know that I personally cannot achieve.
Sure.
If I was Bray J and Omarion, I would be a pop star because I can out-sing both of them easily. And this is not to say that they are trash, but I can easily.
That's what I heard.
She's like, I heard basura.
Yeah, that's
in my ears. Yeah. If I could be like Maya didn't, Ashanti, Keisha Cole, these are all people.
Wait, Keisha Cole can't sing?
What? Come on. I could go.
I thought Keisha Cole could sing.
Oh, blessed assurance. You know what?
For one song.
It is kind of yelling because actually the song I was going to sing, I was just going to say, whatever she
Exactly. She is hollering. She's hollering and yodeling.
What producer was like, yeah, run it?
I feel like she was trying to give us sad.
Yeah,
she was trying to emulate tears.
I heard sad and angry. I heard all of it. Right. She doesn't. The thing is, this is why I say if Keisha had a stronger ear, she would, because it's both.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
It's vocal range and like flexibility in ear, and her ear is like, oh no. No.
I know I don't have an ear.
So
that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's the thing that embarrasses me. She said, Keisha Kate. You were like, oh no, that is like yelling.
Yeah, I had to think about it for a minute. Here, Liz. I know you probably don't want. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do want more.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one. I really can't wait to hear Melissa's because I don't know this. Oh, I actually am excited to hear yours too. But I'll kick it to you, Melissa, since you didn't have a example for your last one.
Okay.
Who do you look up to the most, and what qualities do you love about that person?
Ew. Do I have to know them, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, so one of the people that this is such a Melissa answer, but it's my truth. One of the people that I just, two people that I just absolutely adore, like I wish I could meet them, is Esther Perel. Mm-hmm. She is a world-renowned, like, I don't even know if like family therapist is like an appropriate title for her. Mm-hmm. But I'm obsessed with this woman. Like I listened to all of her podcasts, signed up for one of her classes. YouTube was like, you do like her. So they've been serving me.
They were like, watch her some more.
Yes. So they've been serving me like all of her stuff. And I'm just like completely and totally just obsessed with her. I think she's just phenomenal in the way that I just really truly enjoy like therapy stuff, family stuff, self-awareness, like all of those things. I think she's just the embodiment of that, and just completely obsessed with her. The other person, they like go hand in hand. Like if I could just make them one person and then become that person, I would, is Brene Brown. Same exact thing. Just she's funny, like she can.
Are these both white women?
Oh yeah, of course. I don't know of a black woman.
Hold on, Josh. Who don't you know?
Josh know everybody.
We've covered them on.
Yeah,
I feel like you could name anybody that's been in front of more than 2,000 people. Josh would be like,
Josh knows a little bit about a lot of things.
Yeah, Josh don't have no booty tape moments.
No.
I could be like my cousin, such and such. Josh be like, Josh know everybody.
Yeah.
He is not gonna forget, but I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
Brene Brown is just, if I could be someone in terms of like what she does in her career outside of like, you know, the vulnerability stuff that she talks about that I just absolutely love. Oh my God, I just love it so much. But in terms of her career where she's able to like write books, she does like talking pieces, and she does like TED Talks, and she's a professor, like all of those things. And I think she's such an engaging, entertaining speaker that really inspires me as well. Like in addition to like all the research and all of like everything that she talks about, I just absolutely love what she like how she comes across when you're like watching her. I just find her to be really, really, truly engaging. And so, yeah, those are my two people.
Is this going to be? Do you think this is going to be the third act of your career?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm in a bit of a like transitional funk of like all of this is like completely overrated, and I'm just completely done with all of it. So I don't know. As I have let go of. Wait, you want to do your situations? Or are you going to let me talk for another 20 minutes?
I'm going to let you say what I actually am interested in knowing.
Okay. Because I was feeling myself like, I'm finna talk.
I mean, if you would prefer to have this part of the talk off camera, that's fine. But I'm seriously curious now hearing that as your answer.
But I'm gonna rush it if you want me to, because I feel like we gotta do the ad. I just feel myself have been anxiety.
You got anxiety about the ad?
Correct.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute. She talk about we need to talk about Babel?
No. Yes, correct. I don't know what it is. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Go ahead. You talk. I'll get the ad in. Don't worry.
As I have let go of the love hour, which I still stand firm. I mean, there's so many other things that came into the reason why I let it go, but regardless, I still stand firm in that decision. But I have found that what I enjoy and what I love to do is teach. That, and specifically in the world of relationship stuff, like, not to give away Love on Stage, it's coming. I promise you guys. We told y'all we was taking a break, but y'all don't be listening. But it's coming back, and the season's actually really, really good. But anyway, I ended up having like 2 like low-key like 45-minute, I don't want to call them therapy sessions because I don't want to like cheapen the world of therapy, and I clearly do not have a license with no intent of getting any of that. I do like, I think her name is pronounced Nedra, but I do love her too. But regardless, and at the end, both of the people that I talked to, because I don't want to tell you guys sex, because I'm going to give it away, or their gender.
Right.
Gender
identity.
Okay. The one that they were born with. At the end, they were like, oh my God, Melissa, like, one of the guys was literally like, the way you just put how I was feeling, I know I've always said this, even with the love hour, and one of just like my ultimate goals is to be able to put words to feelings, because I feel like for so long I didn't have my own words that would associate to what I was feeling. And so I feel like if I have no other gift in that world, it is that. It is being able to hear what someone says and then say it back to them in a way that they may not even have understood what they were saying. And
like a therapist.
Like, oh my God, that's like precisely what I was trying to say. And so that is something I really enjoy. And that's what I miss sometimes when I think about what the love hour, not only what it brought to other people, but I've said this before too, I was always the first student of the love hour. Most of what we talked about was because they were thoughts that I had or things that I was learning or things that I was going through. And as I was able to work through them, I pulled out those learning lessons and they become podcast episodes, they become topics. And so now that I don't have that, I'm just like, okay, well then,
Okay,
what do I do now? And the idea, and as much as I love, dressing up, and the fact I'm not dressed up today, but as much as I do enjoy that, there's like a superficiality to it. And you guys know I love deep conversations, and there's nothing wrong with clothes. Listen, because she's about to revamp again, and that's going to be some of the things. But I am also, there's a little bit more depth to me than that. And so staying there is just not very fulfilling.
I can't wait to see what this next iteration of Melissa, we saw 2.0, Melissa 3.0 is about to be. But you're going to find your sweet spot. Okay. It just definitely, I think, takes time. But what doesn't take time is learning a new language with Babel, okay? Don't take no time. Like, we got an upcoming trip. My sister right now is in the Dominican Republic, speaking the Spanish. But it's obvious she didn't take Babel before she went because her Spanish would be better. For all you summer travelers, where you're going abroad, staying domestic, or want to immerse yourself within a culture, now is the perfect time to start Babel. Babel is a language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions. Wow. Thanks to Babel's addictively fun, that word punched me, addictively fun and easy bite-sized language lessons. There's still time to learn a new language before you reach your destination. I actually want to switch over to French in the Babel system just because I want for my husband to be able to also realize his dream of being a French speaker.
Absolutely. Come over here to my side.
To your side. With Babel, you only need 10 minutes to complete a lesson, so you can start having real-life conversations in a new language in as little as 3 weeks. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babel lessons are created by over 150 language experts. Their teaching methods have been scientifically proven to be effective. With Babel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babel's speech recognition technology helps you improve your pronunciation and accent. There are so many ways to learn with Babel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Start your new language learning journey today with Babel. Right now, save up to 60% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/TBTB.
TBTB.
That's babbel.com/TBTB.
TBTB.
For up to 60% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life. All right, Marcus. It's your turn to answer the question, which is, who do you look up to most and what qualities do you love about that person?
Well,
Wait, did they say they can't hear Marcus, or Marcus has been eating, therefore they think your mic is off?
I was being polite, letting you talk.
I know. I'm fine with it.
She's
but
trying
I'm
to
saying,
say they said they can't hear you.
I know you can't because I ain't been talking. With me, that's a difficult question because there's never been a single consistent person that I look up to. It all depends on what's the word? I guess it depends on what station I am in life.
I can tell you somebody you look up to, but go ahead.
Say what?
I can definitely tell you somebody you look up to. It's the first person I saw you actually look up to.
Who?
Colin.
Kaepernick?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't aspire to do nothing that he's done.
That's not what the question said.
Oh, who I look up to? Oh, and so in that aspect, so I'm looking at this differently then.
You talking about somebody you want to emulate yourself as. That's just how Melissa answered hers.
Mm-hmm.
That's not
Got you. Somebody okay in that aspect. Okay. Was that me looking up to him or just me admiring what he's doing with his platform?
I feel like admiration and looking up to someone are kind of synonyms.
You feel?
Are they not? Are they?
I would. I am.
No, I'm just getting clarity. I don't know.
Yeah, I
That's
think
just
there's
something the way you feel, or is that an actual?
No, I think they're synonyms.
Okay.
Or part, at the very least, a part of looking up to somebody is to
admire them.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So Colin Kaepernick again. Yeah, I completely listening to Melissa's wonderful.
Yes,
Ways. I was like,
I know. I told y'all that's why I don't like going first. I need to understand how.
No,
deep
I
because
love.
We'll be here 5 hours.
No, let's
Talking
give
about
them
the
the
evolution
deep.
of life.
Give them the deep.
Oh. No, so yeah, he's definitely one. It's just I told I was just saying this is a couple of years ago, like how currently people are not seeing him. He's like a revolutionary hero. People won't acknowledge it at this point, same way they didn't acknowledge Martin Luther King when he was marching and doing his thing. Martin Luther King had a lower approval rate than Donald Trump. People were like, oh, he's causing trouble. But now those same people was like, oh, yeah, I was supporting him. No, you wasn't. You was mad because he was making the white people mad. So I definitely, this is somebody that we need to give flowers, like somebody like that.
I had never thought of him in that way until you really brought it up. Marcus bought an actual like painting of Colin Kaepernick.
Oh wow!
That this is why I'm saying I was like, and Marcus is like a fan of Jay-Z. He would never do that. He would not get no picture of nobody's daggone Jay-Z to show his appreciation. He'll get a CD, but
all the music.
Yeah, he'll get the music, the books, but he ain't about to buy no daggone picture. The thing about the Colin one that I thought that really brought shed light on it. Marcus was like, this man sacrificed his entire career for what he believed in. Most people are not going to do that. They're going to go ahead and adhere to whatever the pressure is.
Especially in sports. Like, you just don't see that at all. And especially in this day and age, because once people thinking about, I got to support my family, I got to keep doing this. It's just like, but there's a bigger. Now, I ain't saying support families and wife and kids. No, they got like 19 cousins they trying to buy houses and stuff for. So yeah, you don't see a lot of people doing that. You don't even see, artists even are focused. It seems like more so on their art than they are the better good of their culture and community. I ain't gonna say all, but most. So for him to do that, and it's just like he saw he saw the possibilities and what most likely would happen. And that's exactly what did happen. But he was like, no, I'm sticking with my guns. And it's like, we'll sign you if you stop kneeling. I'm not gonna stop until y'all acknowledge what I'm trying to bring light to. And then they turned it into something completely different. But we used to them doing that. So yeah, that was is definitely somebody that I was like, now see this man right here. But then even black men, you sit there and talk sports, you bring up Carl, man, he's stupid, man. He should have just like, but here you are caring more about, ain't nothing gonna happen to Colin, but you got sons. Something can definitely happen to them in the street. That's what he's trying to bring light to, but you too busy worried about what your Sunday nights is gonna look like. So I just think we definitely, the people, they say it all the time, black people as a group don't understand propaganda. And a lot of times we are our own enemy by not standing together in something like it. So with that said, yeah, he's definitely somebody I looked up to. And like, even because when you was thinking, I was like, the way I was looking at the way Melissa was doing it, it's like, I don't have anybody consistent like that. There's things like, depending on, where I'm at in life and what I'm trying to do, I see other people doing things outside of what, like Rick Ross is one. Nobody probably expected his name to come out of my mouth, but this man
me either.
Started off as, I think he was like a correctional officer in prison, started rapping. This dude bought a Wingstop, his first Wingstop, just to impress women so he could pull up to it. And then the dude that was helping him do the deal was like, but why would you just do it for this? See, he had no idea that he would end up with over 30 or 40, I don't know how many of these restaurants this man has now, but he's like completely transformed his trajectory, his wealth, because that's where he's at now, to something magnificent. It is just like, absolutely, every time I hear like artists and athletes doing something far beyond what they are known for doing, like Big Sean doing business, making business moves and stuff, I'm like, and that's why when we was talking about most influential, I think, artists or something, that's why I said Jay-Z, because nobody was on that stuff. Jay-Z was one of the first people that started looking at his career as a stepping stone for more things. That was one of the first that, Biggie and Pac, they were artists. They weren't producers. They weren't this, they weren't that. Everybody gonna say, oh, Pac acted, but that was like the one thing he did to where, that they looked at everybody else doing their business for them, versus Jay-Z was like, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman. Like, so, and that's why I gave him those flowers in that aspect, because he put a lot of that to light. It's just like, what do you mean you doing this, you doing that? This man done, president of this, president of that. Don't go just being somebody under the label, be the label. But yeah, long or the short.
Long or the short.
That was good.
So it's the way Melissa answered it, because I did like the way she did, but that made me think even deeper of, it depends on what I'm doing in life and what I see other people doing. But anybody stepping up, it ain't just Colin Kaepernick. Anybody stepping up doing stuff like that, like the young lady that Osaka, what's her name? Tennis player. Josh.
But what's the half Asian?
Naomi Osaka?
Is it Naomi?
Naomi.
He took pictures of her before. See,
I figured. He got
gonna know.
Type and everything.
He gonna know.
But yeah, somebody like her, like putting her foot down, was like, look, this is not about y'all's interviews. This is about me performing. Y'all don't want me to perform, then because I don't want to do an interview, fine. Deuces. I don't need y'all.
She took a financial hit for that.
Yeah, she took a big financial hit. But on top of that, her taking that hit basically helped her better her career. Same with Colin Kaepernick, could drop any shoe that he wants to. It's going to sell out right away. Trust me, I know. Anything this man drops sells out within seconds. Bots or not, he's getting the money. Or his organizations or whatever they may be. So there's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel, even if, for people like him and, other people, even if they don't, it doesn't look like it to everybody else because they're not doing what they want them to do. But yeah, so I look up to him for that and other people.
All right. I'll answer I was like, he don't want a waffle.
I'll take two. I'll take the rest of them. Give me a syrup that you ain't.
Would you just hold on so I can answer? Shoot.
All right, now I'll shut up.
Y'all already
Back to
know.
eating now.
Y'all already know who I look up to because I'm her biggest fan. I look up to Beyonce. Period. Like, I know y'all get tired of me talking about her, but I do actually have a admiration for her in the sense of I feel like she's doing whatever she wants to do.
Period.
And that is what I want to be able to do, is I want to be a mother, I want to be a businesswoman. I want to be an entertainer. I want to create art that I enjoy and let the audience that's going to enjoy it find it, instead of feeling as though I have to create things curated to people who support me already. I want to be able to put the causes that I care about to the forefront, regardless of what some of my fans might feel about it. There were a lot of people who were pissed off about Beyonce when she was very adamant about the way black people were being treated by the police. And she did it through her art, and they were mad. Oh, Beyonce, you can't do that. I'm like, I feel, I mean, obviously, everybody has their flaws, so there's probably a lot of things people can nitpick about her that make her not the image that you all think I have of her in my head. But I honestly, though, when I think about the hustle that's in me and being inspired by other people's hustle, granted, she's got a machine running behind her, yet and still, the fact that she's at the helm of that machine and you can see her vision is being clearly executed by that machine, that I will always admire something like that. On the other side of the coin, I admire people like Michelle Obama because I am so different than she is. I feel like she is so graceful. She is. And that is something that I was never taught. My mother, not to say my mother isn't graceful, but that wasn't one of the foundational pieces that I feel like she taught me growing up. It was more so my hustle, the way I work hard, the way I treat people, that I get from my mother. Seeing this black woman take all the shots that the arrows, all of that she took, and she handled it like a ballerina, like a prima ballerina, though, like the dopest one that there is. It astounded me.
I'm a big Michelle Obama fan.
Oh yeah, I
love some Michelle Obama.
Literally, if I ran into Barack Obama, I'd be like, "Oh my God, where's Michelle?" That would be.
He's used to that reaction.
I'm sure. I just don't. I don't know where that is in me. That part, I know it's somewhere. I don't know how to find that or access it. That is loud. Yeah. But
it's turned down.
I definitely, those would be two people that I look up to a lot of people, though. I love getting inspiration from folk. Like, there'll be a piece of someone that I'm just like, oh, that's just amazing. And I think I can do it without being envious, but just really being inspired by it, right?
100%.
All right. Let me pitch the next question. I'll have one of y'all answer it, then I'll do the last ad.
It's close to his mouth.
Yeah, they can hear me.
She said it's because I think his mic is away from his mouth, but he is kissing
now
that mic. Yeah, he's close. It's a mixed bag, so I'm not quite sure what we can do about it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
When have you felt the most proud?
Ooh, when have you felt the most proud?
I felt the most proud.
I'm gonna give y'all time to think about it, and I'm gonna do the ad because I feel like that one is like, well, of course this screen is frozen. I was like, I'm gonna go into an ad that I can't see. That one I feel like is I think I know what your answer could be. I don't know why I'd be thinking I know you because I love you. Because I love you. You know what I also love? Functional beauty. Yes, I surely do. The key to consistent good hair days. You want to know what that is? Using ingredients that benefit your hair. Functional Beauty makes hair care products that are 100% customizable, made for your hair, where it is now and where you want it to go. Your hair is completely unique, and products that address its specific needs. That's what it needs. It needs products that address its specific needs. That's where Function of Beauty comes in. Listen. For those of you all who have gone on the natural hair journey like I have, you all know how many products we were buying at these daggone convenience stores and Targets and Walmarts and everything, trying to figure out what was going to work in our hair. We watching goddamn on YouTube videos, getting stuff from that other influencers use, and we get it, and all of a sudden we got white flakes all in our hair because it doesn't work for our hair. So when it comes to finding your perfect hair care solution, it's best to cater to your hair, not anyone else's. I said this before when we talked about functional beauty. Me and Melissa's hair are on completely opposite ends of the spectrum. She's got that straight bob. She is a short hair maven. Okay, and y'all know I go between these braids and this wash and go twist out life all the time. So we're not going to use the same products. That's just silly because our hair needs different things. Functional Beauty is the world's first fully customizable hair care that creates individually filled shampoo, conditioners, styling, and treatment formulas based on your hair now and where you want it to go. Founded by a dream team of engineers, cosmetic scientists, each Functional Beauty product is individually designed to be as unique as you are. Functional Beauty offers over 54 trillion possible formulations. Every one of them is vegan and cruelty-free, and they never use sulfates or parabens, which is really good. Y'all got to get that out of your life. If you didn't know, look it up. You can also go completely silicone-free. So here's how it works. First, you take a quick hair quiz to build your hair profile and select 5 hair goals like lengthening, volumizing, and oil control. Does your hair get frizzy in the winter but oily in the summer? Function formulations are meant to change when your hair needs change. Next, choose your color and fragrance or go dye or fragrance free. Then get your freshly filled formula delivered straight to your door and prepared for good hair days ahead. I got one that was moisturizing because my hair dries out very easily, like a lot of people with I think it's low porosity hair. I needed something that smelled good, so I got it with the lavender scent. And then my bottle says Lakita on the side. It's so cute. So say goodbye to generic hair days for good today. Go to functionalbeauty.com/TBTB to take your hair goal quiz, and you'll save 25% on your first order. Go to functionalbeauty.com/TBTB to let them know you heard about it from our show and get 25% off your first order. That's functionalbeauty.com/TBTB to take your hair quiz and save 25% on your first order. All right, who wants to go first?
I'll go.
They said they want us to answer professionally and personally.
Okay, we can do it.
Okay.
While I'm talking, you can cut the other half of that.
Hello?
Slide it over.
Oh my
God. Personally, probably one of my proud moments have been anytime, I feel like I've answered this question before, anytime we've purchased a new home and my parents see it for the first time. That's like the absolute proudest, that I can say I would feel, just them knowing about it and then actually seeing it and walking in, especially this last one with mama being able to see it. Told Angel Daddy would act like a damn fool. I said, there ain't nobody that's ever walked this planet that would be more proud than him of us getting this house. Professionally would be a little over a year ago when I walked away from my 9-to-5.
Yeah.
That was like, professionally, I was like, okay, it's not like I was walking away from one profession into another, and I hadn't done that ever. The profession I started with is the one that I had up until May of last year. In a sense.
That's dope.
Thank you.
Melissa?
Professionally, if I go back to my traditional kind of 9-to-5er life, we're done. We only have 2 ads. Because look at God. Actually, that's bad because that's less money, but whatever. We're here now. Yeah, he didn't do that. God wasn't in that business, but it's okay. We're done here. So professionally, it would be from going, it was like a couple things, but when Kev got fired from the bank and I decided, because I was like the golden child at the bank that we were working at. And I was on my that's my man. I'm gonna stick beside him because y'all can't fire him and then be like promoting me. Like that doesn't work. And so I was like, I'm gonna quit this stupid job. And so we were at, I don't know if I've ever told this story, but we were literally at like a marriage enrichment at our church, and the guy that was speaking, him and his wife were speaking. He worked at Boeing. This is quite literally why I decided to apply for this job. He was speaking. I was in the mode of like, I'm finna quit this job. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. He was speaking. They were introducing themselves, and he was like, I work at, Boeing. I'm an engineer, X, Y, and Z. And me being as naive as I was like, that's it. That's where I'll work. That's where I'm gonna apply.
I love it.
And the naivete of it all gave me the audacity to apply. Because had I known what I know now about like how hard it is to get into Boeing, how people apply for years before they get in, and I made a decision, and probably within like no more than 6 months, had a job at Boeing. It's kind of mind blowing, but regardless of that, it was just being able to like make a decision, get a job. I was making at that time more money than I had ever made, and I was like super proud to say that I worked at Boeing. Like it was just a moment for me. And then when Kevin went over there as well, it was like the first time that we were making over 6 figures. Our kids were in it was only Isaiah, but he was in a private school at the time. We had we had bought our first little starter home. Like I felt like, because I never had dreams of being like the entrepreneur, I felt like this was the making of what I envisioned my American dream being. Mm-hmm. Having the house, we didn't have the dog, but having the house, having a really good job with great benefits, and my kids are in private school, like pretty much don't at me.
Right.
Period.
Period.
That's what it is. And so I was like super, like actually I was really, and we were young too, like young. So I was really proud of us at that moment. Mm-hmm. Another really, really proud moment for me was the last day of the Love Hour conference. I'm not a happy tears crier. Uh-huh. I'm a very sad tears crier. Never cry when I'm happy. And that I'm almost emotional thinking about like how proud I was, like starting off with this conference that was supposed to be virtual.
In person.
Thank you. In person, not personal. Well, both. But starting off with this conference that was supposed to be in person in Atlanta, the pandemic is like, I don't care about what you want to do, because what's actually going to happen is not that. Working through all the logistics with the woman at the conference center over in Atlanta, because they weren't trying to give us our money back, because this is the beginning of the pandemic, so they don't really know like actually what you could do is just postpone it. But everybody's asking for refunds, so it was just a whole entire like mess, to be completely honest. To have been able to negotiate where I got not all my money, but most of my money back. I refunded everybody, and then ended up doing a digital conference, and was able to people came back, still bought tickets, still paid my speakers, and it was a really good event. Mm-hmm. I was so proud. I was exhausted, but I was so proud. And one thing that's always really, really, really important to me is being able to do things off the strength of Melissa and not always off the strength of Kevin. Mm-hmm. And I felt like that was my thing.
Yeah.
Like, it was my thing. I was I was just really, really, really proud. I was really, really, really proud of that. I don't know if I'm going to do it again, so don't ask me. But I was proud of it.
I
have another professional one after you go.
You don't want to see it in person?
I would like to. The thing about it is I don't know right now if I want to.
She was like, no, though, maybe not.
I don't know. It was such a oh Lord Jesus. It was such a huge undertaking. Mm-hmm. It was such a huge undertaking, but I did enjoy it. I actually realized I enjoyed the producing aspect of it as well. The girls, Catherine and Chloe, I made like this spreadsheet, and I had all the links, and I did my own run of show, like all of those things. And I like had my little logo on there. Like I love a good Excel spreadsheet. It's just one of my favorite things. And so I built it. I probably could still find it. And I was just really proud of that. Like the whole thing, I was just out here like, first of all, do not at me. in these production streets, period. Just don't. And then in terms of like hosting it, and I always find a lot of joy in like finding speakers that I think are phenomenal. It's part of the thing that I love the most about Love on Stage as well, is like hand picking my panelists to go with specific episodes. Like I really enjoy that as well. So it was just all the pieces that I love in an event, and I had to overcome so many hurdles to like make it happen. I was just...
People want you to do a retreat first.
The Boo Hive actually wants me to do... See, Chloe's in there. The Boo Hive actually wants me to do a retreat. I have PTSD, because we're still in a pandemic. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. So y'all don't understand, like, I'm on the hook with the venue because I signed the contract. So if something happens... It's no guarantee I can always get my money back. They usually want like a deposit.
You gotta get their money first.
Yeah, they got. But y'all gonna be asking for my refunds, and the way we do business, I'm gonna refund all y'all. So that means I'm gonna be out, and so that is what makes it.
Start doing a no refund policy.
Yeah,
take everybody's money.
Be like
I know you don't like it, so just have somebody be the person who does that for you.
That's exactly why, and that's my main reason why I am hesitant about in-person events right now, because I'm not convinced we're out of the clear with the there's people I know right now today. No, actually she tested negative yesterday for the first time, but like there's several people here recently, like there's a resurgence, and so all of that just makes me really hesitant, just super really hesitant. So I'm not ignoring y'all, I'm just saying like I got a lot of hesitancies with like an in-person event. What did I say? That was professionally. Personally, it would be I want to give like my honest answer. So one of my personal, okay, because I said that already. Can you tell I'm dancing around it because I don't know how much I want to say? One of my personal things that I'm really proud of is something I should think about. You can go.
You really gonna do it to us, Marcus? You add yours to give Melissa just a couple of seconds to decide if she gonna.
As usual, listening to Melissa talk, I was like, oh yeah, that one. Professionally, there was a point in time. Actually, it was shortly after the last job I had. Shortly after I was with them, it was probably a little over a year. A little over a year. And I was gonna go to them and basically ask for more money because I realized what I was doing far more than what they originally thought I was. Originally hired me for. And literally the same week I was going to approach them with this, they came to me and was like, hey, just to let you know, this is toward the end of the year, like September, October. They was like, just to let you know, we see everything that you're doing and just want to let you know that we do recognize it and we definitely plan on compensating you for that, next, because the raises always came, beginning of the year. I was like, okay, good to know. So I got the same little bump that everybody else got. And I was like, you know what? All right, let me just be patient. So by May, June, something like that, I was just like, I know they make those decisions mid-year to come up for the next year. So I was like, I need to go back to these people. And when I shot them the email, like, yeah, we need to talk, just want to talk about compensation, realized, what was brought to me was not what I, got. So then in the negotiation and the talks of all that, I remember one of the executives was like, well, because at this point I was still keeping my profession, but they could see I was starting to lose my cool a little bit. And they were like, one of them said,
I need to see Marcus, the professional Marcus that's starting to lose his cool a little bit, because that's probably hysterical to watch.
But one of the executives was like, well, you just got to understand that you undersold yourself to us. And I said, no, you underestimated you. You underestimated me. I said, I actually haven't done anything outside of what my resume already says. I said, it says I'm capable of all of this. You all didn't bother to understand that I was actually capable of this just because it was on my resume. I said, so no, you definitely underestimated me. But I said, I listed everything down. I said, this is what I'm doing. This is what I told you I could do. And in turn, you said you were going to compensate me for it. I said, I've upheld my end of the deal this entire time. I expect you all to do the same. And from that conversation, I ended up getting the bump or whatever. But it was me standing in, sitting in that room with these 3 older white men, on top of the world, nobody above them. And I'm like, no, I'm holding my ground right now. Give a damn. What else y'all got going on in this company? I know what I'm doing. So that was a proud moment I had.
I'm always here for people standing up for themselves.
Stand up for yourself.
Come on, pop singer.
Oh, yeah, girl. Personally, breastfeeding twins is probably the proudest thing I've ever done. For 18 months straight. No bottle, no formula, just titty. All me at night, in the morning.
All day.
I remember being pregnant with them and waking up with anxiety of how I was going to feed them. Because I knew I wanted to nurse them, but I was just like, is it going to be possible? Like, is it even the fact that it was just like, it was like walking. It was not even, I mean, at first there was we had a couple of like, okay, Sai, I'm going to need you to figure this out. But the fact that I was able to do it, that's probably one thing I possibly did gracefully was breastfeeding. It was just like, oh, poop, and you're done. And burp, you go about your day. Personally, that is probably one of the most proud. Everything with the twins, carrying them to 40 weeks, like, I am just proud of my body being able to accomplish that because my doctor did not think it was going to happen. Even when I was getting the epidural to give birth to them, the anesthesiologist was like, oh, your back is amazing. Because I was working out like a beast, like I was training for decathlon or something while I was pregnant with them. He was like, it makes me doing my job so much easier because of how fit you are. I can see everything better. I was like, well, listen, I'm here for it. So that personally, that would be my proudest. Professionally, I don't know if I have.
Huh?
What?
You said professionally?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what it is. You know what? Mama likes, I'm proud of it. The fact that I spoke it and it happened, that's great. I think, you know what?
100K?
That's amazing.
Those are 100K. That took forever. So it makes me a little less proud of it because it took forever.
It's like I deserved it.
Right. It's just like, this is no longer, this is now me just getting pissed off. It might be being able to, in this job, it's very rare I get to work with women unless I force it. Like, it's not like I literally in the YouTube space, I'm working with men most of the time. When I'm working with Kevin or I'm working with Kevin Tahir and Tony on tour, I was the only girl there until we brought on Victory. So if I was that time of the month and I needed napkins, I can't go, hey, you got something in your bag? They don't. So being able to hold my own as a woman in male dominant spaces, I would say I am proud of that. And I'm able to hold it without there being any type of, they know me, I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to be intimidated. And I think I don't think I was always at that place, but luckily when I was forced into that place, I was ready for the occasion. And I'll talk that talk and not even know if I know what I'm talking about. Like when I'm talking to our photographer, the fact that I know terms, when I'm talking to the my vendor that I make all my clothes from, and I'm giving him thread count, I'm giving him like fabric blend, I can look at the quality, do quality control and point out and say exactly, I'm like, y'all using the wrong pressure or the wrong needle on this. That's why the stitching is off. I am shocked that what I'm saying is actually, I'll be like, why do I know this? I really be like, what? Is this for real? Those, I think. So being more prepared than what I actually thought going into a space and being more assured and then not realizing until I'm talking in the space. I'm like, all right. Oh, no. And my biggest, proudest moment is that I just got interviewed by Ebony Magazine.
Yeah.
I said, what? Y'all found that chick Angel? Y'all want to talk to her? Okay, let's do it. So that's been around since before I was in my daddy's nutsack. So the fact that they wanted to talk to little old me is huge. Well, this was
Janet
nice.
Jackson posted y'all's video.
Yeah, that was
That was great. I don't know if I was proud. It wasn't like I was like,
Yeah,
I
at
did
the time,
such
I'd have
great
been
work.
Like, you putting this over your kids, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely should have it on a shirt or on a plaque, but I don't know if it, it wasn't my hard work. It was, we're all stuck in our house, and Janet Jackson's like, oh, people remember me. Of course we do. I thought that was good. Well, you guys,
fantastic.
we are more than likely taking a break the whole month of July because we don't have any ads. So we are going to just be relaxing. So we will be back in August. I don't know if there'll be a Married at First Sight that we're jumping into. We don't know, but we'll be back.
Aggressive in August because we're
Married
gonna
at
have to
First
make up
Sight,
for July.
This season starts sometime in July, and they last for 4 or 5. Take you through the end of the year, pretty much.
So we'll be here till
So
next
yeah,
July.
we'll have to figure out what that looks like, because I want to say they start in like 2 weeks or something like that.
Will those possible interviews take place
Yeah,
in that
she
time?
stopped emailing me, and then I was like, okay. I mean, I could pick it back up, but because I
I'm
knew
not
we were
pressed.
also exactly.
Okay.
So,
So you guys, we will be back in the middle of the third quarter. So make sure y'all join us again. Oh yeah, they say Married at First Sight. It starts next week. We won't be there.
yeah, July 6th. I didn't know it was July 6th. I actually thought it was the middle of July, but I knew it was coming up.
So yeah, we won't be there. Hang guys. But we'll be back. Until next time, y'all be blessed.
Y'all have a good one, fam.
Bye.